Hello and welcome. We are about to embark on a journey into the heart of the African savanna to spend some time with one of the world's most iconic creatures, the lion. For centuries, we have been captivated by its power, its majesty, and its fearsome reputation. We see it as a symbol of courage and strength, the undisputed king of its domain. But there is so much more to this magnificent animal than meets the eye, and the stories we often tell ourselves barely scratch the surface of its true nature. This is not going to be a simple recitation of facts you might find in a textbook. Instead, we're going to peel back the layers of myth and misunderstanding to reveal a creature of surprising complexity and nuance. We will uncover behaviors and traits that challenge our long-held assumptions, revealing a world that is far more intricate and fascinating than we could ever imagine. So settle in and prepare to see the lion in a completely new light. The truths we uncover may just change the way you think about the king of beasts forever. We'll explore their hidden lives, their secret communications, and their surprising capacity for tenderness. Let's begin our exploration into the wild and surprising world of the lion. It might seem paradoxical for an animal known as a king, a symbol of power and relentless energy, but the lion is a master of inactivity. In the searing heat of the African day, the sun beats down across the savanna. Conserving energy is a vital survival strategy. For up to 20 hours a day, the pride will rest. They sprawl under the shade of acacia trees, bellies full from the previous night's hunt, dozing in profound tranquility. This isn't laziness, it's calculated. They can't hide indoors or turn on air conditioning. Their world is ruled by the sun and the availability of prey. Every calorie must be justified. They sleep, they lounge, and they wait. They wait for dusk, for shadows to lengthen, and for the promise of a hunt. Even a pampered house cat might envy this life. From a distance, they look like tawny boulders. Paws twitch, dreaming of the chase. The lion's reign is not one of constant action, but of strategic patience and immense conserved power. We tend to place animals in neat categories in our minds. The leopard is the graceful, arboreal hunter, a true phantom of the forest, its spotted coat melting into the dappled light of the canopy. The lion, we assume, is a creature of the earth, its powerful frame built for terrestrial dominance, for explosive power across the savanna, not for scaling heights. Weighing up to 500 pounds, this titan seems too heavy, too powerful, and utterly bound by gravity to ever consider such an ascent. But the natural world is full of surprises. This isn't a widespread behavior, but a unique cultural adaptation found in specific regions, like Uganda's Queen Elizabeth National Park. Here, lions have developed a most unexpected habit. They climb trees. It is a truly bizarre and wonderful sight, a moment that feels almost surreal to witness. A full-grown lion can weigh over 400 pounds, yet carefully, with considerable effort, it navigates the branches of a sycamore fig tree. There's a visible tension in the act, not with the effortless grace of a leopard, whose anatomy is perfected for the canopy, but more of a determined, powerful haul. It's a feat of raw, unrefined strength. They use immense strength to pull themselves up, finding purchase with their formidable claws until they can finally drape themselves over a sturdy branch, exhausted but successful. So why do they do it? The reasons are surprisingly practical. Firstly, it offers an escape from relentless biting flies, like tsetse flies, that swarm at ground level. The higher branches provide a breezy, pest-free vantage point. Secondly, it's an excellent place to survey their kingdom. From this elevated throne, they can watch prey herds across the plains and keep an eye on rivals, all while enjoying a cool breeze and respite from the afternoon heat. It's practical and comical to our eyes. These lions are a powerful reminder that survival sparks innovation. They are not just kings of the grassland, but occasionally, and quite amusingly, the adaptable masters of the lower canopy as well. The image of the male lion is one of undisputed authority. His magnificent mane, a symbol of his virility and strength, seems to declare him the ruler of all he surveys. We call him the king, and we assume he leads the pride in all things. But in the complex society of lions, power is not so straightforward. While the male's role in defending the territory from rivals is crucial, the day-to-day governance and, most importantly, the hunt fall to the females. The lionesses are the true engine of the pride, strategists, providers, primary decision-makers. When it is time to hunt, it is the lionesses who initiate the move. They work together with a level of coordination that is breathtaking to witness. Using their knowledge of the terrain, they fan out, some taking flanking positions, others prepare for the final explosive charge. They communicate with subtle shifts in posture, a flick of an ear, a glance, a silent language honed over countless generations. The male, with his bulky size and conspicuous mane, is often ill-suited for the stealth required in a hunt. He is simply too easy to spot. His role is often to wait, and to use his size to help bring down particularly large prey like buffalo or giraffe. But the initial stalk, the chase, and the core strategy is almost always the domain of the females. In the vast open spaces of the savanna, roaring is an effective way to communicate over long distances. But within the close-knit society of the pride, a much more subtle and intricate language is constantly at play. It's a silent dialogue, spoken not with the voice but with the body. Every flick of a tail, every twitch of an ear, every posture, every gesture. This secret language holds the pride together, a constant stream of information. A tail, for instance, is remarkably expressive. A gentle swishing tail can indicate contentment. A sharp twitching flick might betray irritation or excitement before a hunt. When held high, it can be a signal to follow, a beacon for cubs trailing behind their mother in the tall grass. The ears, too, are like finely tuned receivers and transmitters. When flattened back against the head, they are an unmistakable sign of aggression or fear, a clear warning to back away. When pricked forward, they show intense focus, perhaps on a distant sound or the sight of potential prey. Even the softest nuzzle, the rubbing of heads, is a form of communication. This head rubbing or bunting transfers scent and reinforces social bonds, a way of saying, "You are one of us." It's a language of nuance and subtlety, a constant silent conversation that underpins every aspect of their lives and allows this complex social unit to function as a cohesive whole. Deep in the Timbavati region of South Africa, a place steeped in folklore, a creature of myth and legend sometimes appears. For centuries, local tribes have revered these spirit animals, believing them to be sacred messengers. Then, in the 20th century, the legends were confirmed for the outside world. It is a lion of a startling luminous white, a phantom cat made real. When first documented, these magnificent animals were thought to be albino, a simple genetic anomaly lacking all pigment. But as scientists looked closer, the truth turned out to be far more unusual and more beautiful. These are not albino lions. They have a rare genetic condition called leucism. This condition is caused by a recessive gene, meaning both tawny-colored parents must carry it to produce a white cub. It dramatically reduces pigment, but doesn't remove it entirely. The difference is subtle and profoundly significant. An albino animal has no melanin at all, which results in telltale pink skin and reddish-pink eyes that are highly sensitive to sunlight. A leucistic lion, however, retains its dark pigmentation in the most crucial areas. Look closely, and you'll see it still has pigment in its eyes, on its paw pads, and lining its lips and nose. Their eyes are the same stunning gold or blue-gray as any other lion, a feature that makes their pale coat even more striking and otherworldly. It's as if a regular tawny lion has been bleached to a brilliant white, yet the fierce, piercing gaze of Africa's apex predator remains unchanged. To see one emerge from the greens and golds of the bush is an unforgettable, almost spiritual experience. They look ethereal, like ghosts moving silently through the landscape. But this divine beauty brings a terrestrial challenge. In a world where camouflage is the key to survival, a white coat is a serious, life-threatening disadvantage. Stalking prey across the open savanna becomes nearly impossible, as they are spotted from a distance. It also leaves them, especially as cubs, dangerously exposed to rival predators. For this reason, their survival in the wild is precarious. Many now live in protected reserves, where they're monitored and kept safe. They are living proof of nature's incredible genetic diversity. Not an aberration, but a rare, beautiful expression of lionhood, a fleeting, ghostly glimpse into nature's palette, and a symbol of what we must strive to protect. There are few sounds in nature as powerful, as primal, and as utterly commanding as the roar of a lion. It is not simply a noise, it is a declaration of dominance, a broadcast of identity. It is a sonic force that ripples through the very air, a low-frequency vibration that resonates deep within your chest, a sound so profound it can be felt as much as it is heard. When a male lion unleashes his full-throated roar, it can travel for up to 5 miles, that's 8 kilometers, across the open plains. This incredible range is made possible by his unique square-shaped vocal cords, which allow for maximum sound output with minimal effort. It's an acoustic fence, an unambiguous statement of his presence and his power. Imagine for a moment being out on the savannah as darkness falls. The air grows cool. The world is alive with the delicate symphony of the night, the chirps of insects, and the distant calls of nocturnal birds. And then it comes. It starts not with a bang, but a tremor, a low, guttural cough building in intensity before exploding into a series of thunderous, magnificent roars, roars that seem to shake the ground beneath your feet. In an instant, every other sound is extinguished. The night holds its breath. It is a chilling and awe-inspiring reminder of who is king here. But this incredible vocalization is not just about instilling fear. It is a vital tool for communication. A male roars to demarcate the boundaries of his territory, warning off any intruding males. He also roars to locate other members of his pride, a way of gathering them, or simply checking in across vast distances. Lionesses roar too, their calls helping to maintain contact and strengthen the pride's powerful social bonds. To hear it in the wild is to connect with something ancient and untamed, a sound that has echoed across these plains for millennia, the voice of the African wilderness. The law of the savannah is often portrayed as brutal and unforgiving, survival of the fittest, where sentiment has no place. And in many ways that is true. Life is a constant struggle. Yet even in this harsh world, we can witness moments of surprising tenderness and compassion that honestly defy our expectations. One of the most moving examples is a lioness's willingness to adopt orphaned cubs, sometimes even from a completely different rival pride. This is a remarkable act. A lioness is already under immense pressure to provide for her own offspring, taking on another mouth to feed, another life to protect. It requires more hunting, more vigilance, and more risk. The cubs of a rival male are, in a purely genetic sense, competitors to her own lineage. And yet, sometimes, maternal instinct wins. We've seen lionesses discover lost or abandoned cubs, the cub's mother perhaps killed by rivals or a dangerous hunt. Instead of ignoring them or treating them with hostility, the lioness may groom the orphan, lead it back to her litter, and allow it to suckle alongside her young. In the heart of the so-called savage wilderness, we find altruism, a truly heartwarming, humbling sight. For centuries, stories, films, songs, we have crowned the lion with a grand and resonant title, the King of the Jungle. It really evokes images of a mighty beast ruling over a dense, tangled, mysterious realm. It's a powerful and romantic notion, but, well, it has one rather significant flaw. It's completely wrong. Lions, with very few exceptions, do not live in jungles. Their true kingdom is a far more open and expansive one. The primary habitat of the lion is the savanna, vast grasslands, open woodlands of Africa. This is an environment to which they are just perfectly adapted. Their tawny coats provide excellent camouflage in the dry, golden grasses, allowing them to stalk their prey with remarkable stealth. The open terrain is ideal for their cooperative hunting strategies, giving them the space needed to flank and encircle large herds of wildebeest, zebra, buffalo. A dense jungle with its thick undergrowth, limited visibility, would actually be a terrible place for a lion. Their size would make it difficult to move quietly, and their group hunting techniques would be largely ineffective. That domain belongs to other creatures, like the solitary tiger in Asia. The lion is a creature of the horizon, open skies, endless plains. It's a title that has stuck, a testament to the power of storytelling, even when the story gets the geography a little bit wrong. The lion reigns supreme, just not where we usually think. The family Felidae, the cats, is largely a family of solo artists. From the stealthy leopard in its tree, to the formidable tiger in its forest, the great cats are overwhelmingly solitary creatures. They lead lives of independence, coming together only briefly, often tempestuously, to mate. They are masters of self-reliance. And then there is the lion. The lion breaks the mold. It is the great exception to the feline rule. Lions are the only cats to live in large, complex, and permanent social groups. Prides. A pride is not a random gathering. It's a sophisticated society with rules, hierarchies, and deep bonds. It can be just a few individuals, or more than 30, composed of related females, their offspring, and a small number of adult males. This social structure is the cornerstone of their existence, the secret to their dominance on the savanna. Living in a group offers huge advantages. Cooperatively, they can hunt prey far larger and more dangerous, like a 1,000-pound buffalo. Together, they can defend kills from scavenging hyenas and protect territory from rival lions. They are a testament to community, a unique social experiment among cats. When we think of lions today, our minds immediately go to Africa, and perhaps to the tiny, last remaining population of Asiatic lions in India. We see them as creatures of hot, sun-drenched landscapes. But if we could turn back the clock, back into the depths of the last ice age, we would find a very different picture. The lion was not just an African animal, it was a global powerhouse. Their empire once spanned 3 continents. These were not exactly the same lions we see today, but they're very close and even larger ancestors. In Europe, the cave lion, Panthera spelaea, roamed from the British Isles to the far east of Siberia. These formidable predators were depicted in prehistoric cave paintings, a testament to the impression they made on our own ancestors. They hunted horses. They hunted reindeer. They even hunted the young of woolly mammoths, a true apex predator of the frozen steppe. And incredibly, their dominion extended even further. By crossing the Bering Land Bridge, lions made their way into North America. Here, the American lion, Panthera atrox, became one of the most fearsome carnivores of the Pleistocene era. Their extinction from these vast territories at the end of the last ice age, around 11,000 years ago, marks one of the great losses of our planet's megafauna. The lions we see today are the last remnants of this once great global dynasty. And so, our journey comes to a close. We have journeyed from the sleepy, sun-baked afternoons on the savanna to the frozen plains of the Ice Age. I hope we have revealed a lion far more complex and surprising than the simple caricature of the king of the jungle. We have seen their strategic laziness, their unexpected agility, the profound social bonds that form their kingdom. The lion is a creature of contradictions, powerful yet tender, social yet fiercely competitive. Thank you for joining me on this wild ride. If you enjoyed this deeper look, please consider showing your support by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Leave a comment below with your favorite fact or a surprising lion fact you know.